world just like a day that's breezy. This motivation for the people, and this classic Bible teaching say, make this for my people that don't get to see me. Trying to remind you who you are, just like in Romans 3. See, we about to blow across the world just like a day that's breezy. This motivation for the people, and this classic Bible teachings. Hey, 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 hey. Motivation.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This is Always Ultra Thins reinvented with the Always Triple Protection System. This pad wicks gushes 90% faster, absorbs even more so you can feel dry, and locks odors in. Rethink your pad for up to 100% leak-free and odor-free comfort with the totally reinvented Always Ultra Thins. This is always like never before.
Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique to spice up your closet with trendy, unique looks. We have fashionable and chic looks at very affordable prices. Velvet Boutique offers free shipping all year long on all orders. Shop online at www.melvetboutique.com. That's www.melvetboutique.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique.
Maureen is saving big holiday shopping at Amazon, so now she's free to become Maureen the Merrier. Food is her love language, and she really loves her grandson, like really loves.
This is Carlos Brown, letting you know that we're on the move. You can now catch the Carlos Brown Show beginning this July on the Black College Sports Network each and every Saturday from 11 to 1 Eastern Time. That's 10 to 12 Central Time. Same time, new place. On Facebook at the Carlos Brown Show and Black College Sports Network. Online at www.mybcsn.net and on the BCSN app available on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
Good day, good people. Once again, you've got the grumpy old nerds in your ear. As always, it is I, your Uncle John, your elder who knows way too much about TV, movies, and comic books. And we are always joined by a gaggle of grumpy old individuals who like to shit on stuff that we've seen or watched or read. So, without further ado, let's go to, I would say, that her presence always makes the show look better. But right now we're looking at a black rectangle, but that's okay because we still have Auntie Nicole with us on the show. Hey, Auntie Nicole.
Hey guys, beep beep, I'm on the road.
What's going on, Auntie Nicole?
Thank you for the sound effects, Nicole, because we wouldn't have known you were on the road unless you gave us that beep beep.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate it. And, once again, just don't start going into your road rage, madam, because we don't want to hear you cussing folk
Y'all don't want to
out.
hear that. Y'all don't want that on the air.
Although that might actually be entertaining. I don't know. Maybe so. Anyway.
People in my goddamn way already. Move.
She said, God dang, like we don't cuss the fuck out this show. Anyway.
PG-13.
PG-13? Can you say fuck with PG-13?
I don't know.
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
you don't even get one.
Sorry. Fuckity fuck. There you go.
But this man in the truck next to me is looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm laughing so hard.
Okay. Well, don't laugh so hard that you get in an accident, baby. You take care of yourself, all right? And also, the Fireborough Ronin is joining us. Uncle Rod, what's good, doctor?
What's up, good people? I'm sorry, I was on my phone. You saw me looking down at my phone. I was the haters were calling me out. I was not calling them back. Keep them employed.
Rod,
Oh
man,
man.
the haters are out, aren't they? Now we talked about
Get
this a
them.
little. We hit on this a little bit last week. The haters love us right now. Can I just say, you know, well, wait. Before I go down that rabbit hole, let's also introduce super producer Mel. If she's the voice of God today, if she wishes to speak, super producer Mel, what's good, ma'am? And I guess not. Okay, so
Mel said too much buttons back here. What the hell going on?
well, she's probably still talking about her misplaced
Exactly.
meat on the phone. There you go. We want you to make sure your meat gets where it's supposed to go. So anyway, so talking about the haters, um, man, when I tell you, we touched on this a little bit last week, Rod. And so for those of you who don't know, and this is not on the script at all, so why not talk about it? Rod and I both coach sports, different levels, different capacities. I coach basketball, he coaches football. And we have discovered so many people who just want to be us at this stage of the game. Am I wrong about that, Rod?
Either that or they have a serious mad on for people who are competent. I don't know
Yes.
what it is.
Oh,
Yes.
tell them.
Yes. It's like, okay, so in my particular case, and I don't know if Rod wants to elaborate on his, but I'm gonna talk about mine. So in my particular case, I was asked to help coach. And then once I helped them, they understood that I knew what I was talking about. So now they've asked me to help them in an even greater capacity. Whereas
You mean
with
help them as in do the job?
yes, yes.
You better
But
get
then there are people
recognition.
but then there are people on the sidelines who think that they can do what I do just as well as I do. But if they could do what I do, they would have been asked to do it. I mean, does
And it
that
would have
not
been
make
done.
sense? And it would have been done. So meanwhile, they
Tell
wish
them
to
to sit
circle
they five
around.
dollar asses down.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Yeah, that's road rage. That's road rage right there.
Nicole, I'm gonna need you to slow down a little bit, baby. you with
Hold
the
on,
head of
Nino
steam.
Brown.
I gotta
But
let it
yeah,
out
so
somehow. I gotta let it out
right,
somehow.
right. And Auntie Nicole said she ain't gonna let nothing happen to her uncles, to her fellow uncles. So I her fellow grumpy old nurse. So I appreciate that,
That's right.
Nicole. But yeah, it becomes a thing where I find it laughable, to be very honest. And I don't know how you feel about your particular situation, Rod, but this just amuses the fuck out of me.
Well, for me it's kind of a mix actually. Um a little bit of wow, really? And a little bit of well, F you too. And you just kind of want to go into everything with a clear mind, a clear heart, because you're doing it for the kids, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
You're doing it for them. You want them to have a a a good experience. You want them to have something they can think about and remember for the rest of their lives. Possibly get them an opportunity to get their higher education paid for, things of that
Mm-hmm.
nature. So
Mm-hmm.
the mindless babblings of the uninformed
Come on now.
kind of just go by the wayside. and
Preach, Uncle Rod.
and you might see me on the sideline coaching with two middle fingers extended the whole game.
Okay. Okay.
Passive
Maybe,
aggressively saying "fuck you."
maybe, maybe,
I mean,
maybe,
yeah,
just maybe.
but I guess being the grumpy old nerds that we are past the point of getting agitated by it. Maybe would you agree with that, Rod? At this stage of the game, I don't give a fuck.
Um, yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Right, because there are plenty of other things for other people to do that I'm not proficient in, and I'm good with that. I'm
And
I'm
let
not
them do it, and I leave them alone.
right. Like I'm not good at a lot of shit. I fully admit that. But with this particular activity, I'm pretty solid, I'd like to say. And I've had other people come up to me and say, "Oh, you're pretty solid." Well, thank you very much, because I know what I'm doing. So let me have this and kiss my ass and keep going.
No,
I
you
may not
gotta
know how to
say it
split an
like
atom.
Della Reese said it in Harlem Nights, and that is kiss your entire ass.
I may not
Well,
know how
I
to split an
honestly don't.
atom, but I know how to coach a pick and roll.
Right, man. Come on now. Like, there's a lot of shit I don't know. I do know a little bit about basketball, so they can all suck my ass. So anyway, that rant is over. My road rage is done. I
All I
would
keep thinking
be.
about, listen, all I keep thinking about is
Go ahead.
Tony Stark built one of these in a cave with scraps.
Scraps, scraps.
Scrap metal in the dark
Yeah, that's one
with
of
a
my
car
With a
favorite
battery.
bunch
scenes
of
ever, man.
scraps.
That's one of my favorite scenes ever in the MCU.
Mm-mm.
Jeff Bridges did his thing on that one.
He did.
With a bunch
He
of
did.
scraps.
He did. But that film was a masterpiece in story building. You know what I'm saying? They knew what they were doing. They had a clear cut vision, and they knew what they wanted. Meanwhile, the haters over at DC tried to do it a different way and failed
Unlike
miserably.
DC.
That's what you get, haters. They'll just if it's a blueprint, follow the blueprint. Stop being
Did I
dumbass.
say
Anyway,
that?
Oh, not 9 minutes in, and we digging in on DC. That must be a new
so,
record. No, actually,
well,
the
okay.
previous this is far because the previous record I think was 2.5 minutes, and that was Roy.
Oh my God,
2.5 minutes.
Roy wants to burn DC to the ground, man. Roy
Oh my
has
gosh.
no faith. So okay, so another diversion off the script. So have you all heard that DC is going to call their different? They're not going to call it phases. DC has different chapters. Like we don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Are
What?
you
For
serious?
yeah,
What?
yeah. So James Gunn is supposedly going to come out with the first chapter before the month is over, which needs to be soon because it's what, the
Okay,
24th,
so
25th.
everything else
Chapter of
before
what?
that just doesn't exist. Is not going to be recognized.
Look, I don't know how they're going to reboot it. I don't know how they're
Okay.
going to go forward. All I know is Marvel has their phases. DC will have its chapters.
Wow.
Okay, can I throw DC a bone here? I give them credit because they finally realized just copy what the fuck DC Marvel is doing. Fuck it. Why am I trying to reinvent the wheel? If it works, do it. You went
They've been
ahead
copying
and
off each other for decades. So
thank you.
Absolutely.
what's one more thing to
That's
copy?
exactly what they've been doing. That's exactly what they've been doing. Fuck. You can't tell me Green Arrow ain't Hawkeye. You can't tell me Namor ain't Aquaman. You can't tell me Doctor Strange ain't Doctor Fate. You can't tell me Quicksilver ain't the Flash. You can't tell me Hyperion ain't Superman. You can the list goes on and on and on.
Or the
So
Century,
why the fuck not?
or Gladiator.
Thank you. Oh
By the way, I
yes.
want to say best wishes to Hawkeye. Hopefully he doing well.
Jeremy Renner is Jeremy Renner
Oh yeah,
definitely guy who
yeah.
plays Hawkeye in the MCU. Unfortunately, a while back, got run over by a snowplow, and uh,
Yes.
find out it was to help a young man. I think it might have been his nephew.
Hmm.
Um, and he got run over by a snowplow. Had multiple bones broken. At one point, they were
Bones
saying he might
broken,
lose his leg.
everything.
Yeah, so, but
Hmm.
they're not saying they're not. The news does not sound that grave at this point, and it seems like he's
Well,
going to
they
be
sent him home. Didn't they send him home?
that I don't know, but they're talking like he's going to make a full recovery, and he's been kind of
Yeah.
communicating with everyone through social media in his Twitter account. I just recently saw that
Mm-hmm.
Chris Evans retweeted what Jeremy tweeted, so they're all of the MCU Avengers are in contact with him. It seems.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, when I heard about that, I was devastated. I was like, come on, man.
Right. Yeah, and the time that I heard it, I was
So
like, there was other bad news coming through. I was like, oh man, more more adversity. Here we go.
But isn't that interesting in that the only reason we care about this man is because Not the only reason, but
I was
one of
gonna
the
say,
reasons
hold
we
up,
care about
hold
this
up.
man is. But the truth of the matter is that he was an integral part of a world building cinematic universe, and I hate to say it, but thank goodness that his character's arc seems to kind of have been put to the side because we already lost Chadwick. Could you
Yep.
imagine the uproar over replacing Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye? What if they did replace him? Do you know how people would go nuts replacing him, but they didn't want to replace Chadwick Boseman?
That is something. uh, that would be something.
As
Come
Meghan
on,
Markle and
come
Prince
on.
Harry put it, it's racial.
That would be something.
Wouldn't
I
that be
can almost
crazy?
see the YouTube videos filling up my timeline now.
Yes.
Man,
People
look,
ranting and raving and foaming at the mouth.
the little teenage white fanboys would be losing their shit. So
Yep.
the comic book buying demographic, and I looked this up for a specific reason. Me and Rod talked about this off camera, but I looked up the demographic, like sales, comic book sales, and their demographics.
Okay.
Actually, I thought, and it was, I thought it had been cemented by someone I was talking to, but I thought comic book sales were declining because of the films. But it's actually the
Mm.
complete opposite. Because of the films and TV and renewed interest in properties, comic book sales are the best that they've ever been.
Which is what I was thinking would happen.
Hmm.
And I'm wondering if this was going on steadily increasing as, different films released, or is this kind of a thing that's happening recently? Because you had about 10
Actually,
years, 10 plus
some
years of
friends of
Marvel.
mine, I remember as, like all the stuff that was coming out on Disney with WandaVision and all this different stuff. Every time I talked with somebody else was like, "Where can I get that comic book? I want to hear
Mm.
about this, that, and the other." So it's been
Right.
going on for a while.
Right. I know
Mm.
I've been people
Mm.
who are, in my circles who are asking about, well, what comic is this from or what have you. And I don't know how many people I've referred to Infinity Gauntlet. You know what I mean? I don't know how many
Hmm.
people
Yeah.
I've referred to the Vision and Scarlet Witch miniseries, or
Hmm. Hmm.
Age of Ultron, or anything like
A
that.
lot of people didn't realize they even had black superheroes. I mean, like prominent ones or ones that was even until what's her name ended up being on some of these what you call it, until Marvel actually put it out there and made it big.
You know what's crazy, Nicole? A lot of people's first exposure to a black superhero was the trailer to Civil War when they saw the Black Panther.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And what's her name too? The girl that was on WandaVision. I'm sorry, I
Oh,
can't think. I'm looking at this freaking accident in front of me. But
uh-oh.
the yeah, it's a bad one. And I say that empathetically because it's like, geez, man. But
Nicole, the
The
more
no,
you
I'm
character of
talk,
saying
the
Monica
more
Rambeau.
nervous you're making me right now.
Yeah, the
well,
character of Monica
I'm
Rambeau is
right
it
now I'm
Photon?
kind of at a standstill. But no, what's her name that was on WandaVision? What's her name?
Photon, Monica Rambeau.
Yeah, Monica
Yeah, yeah.
Rambeau.
Um,
Now called
um,
Photon.
they well, her daughter, yeah. Um, was it? No, that was her. That was her. No, yeah. They didn't even know someone like that existed, and so on. So I was
Mhm.
sitting there and exposing them to some of the stuff because you had that little piece of stuff we got back in the '70s from Hanna Barbera, but that was about it. You know what I'm saying? Where they had all of the ethnic superheroes on Hanna
Listen,
Barbera.
I'm not counting any of those people they had in Challenge of the Super Friends.
Why
Samurai,
not?
Apache Chief, and and
Why
and
not?
Black Vulcan when it
Apache
couldn't be
Chief
Black
was my
Lightning.
Enoch. What did he
Apache
say?
Chief
Enoch
was the
Chalk.
Enoch Chalk.
popular one.
Enoch Chalk, and he become a giant. Or Black Vulcan because they couldn't get the licensing rights to Black Lightning. Or
Yeah,
How about the
and Black
dude
Vulcan, what?
with the disappearing cape, El Dorado, the Mexican superhero?
the Mexican
Oh my
dude.
God.
Remember him?
And
Yo, Hanna Barbera was
so
trying to
so
cover every corner of the earth at that moment.
with made up
So
people
essentially,
because there weren't any in the
so
comics apparently.
essentially, so essentially, anyone who wasn't a white superhero, their ethnicity or the color of their skin had to be a part of their name. So
Pretty
Apache
much.
Chief, Black Lightning.
Black Vulcan.
What was Black Vulcan? I'm sorry. What was Samurai? Fuck,
Samurai,
just the fact it was Samurai.
which is crazy, but okay.
Oh, that's so fucked up. Okay, so
It is. I mean,
um,
think about how effed up that is, but that's how they had to introduce people. Guess what? There's other races on this earth, folks.
but but okay, so to to
Sorry.
their credit, no. You're absolutely right. But to their credit, comics were only created by middle-aged white men. They had
Yep.
no reason to write
Well,
or draw anybody of color.
largely, but there were some people of color working behind the scenes that a lot of people didn't know about during the time. There were
Hmm.
artists,
At the very
writers
beginning.
at the very beginning. No, not at the very beginning.
Okay,
Remember,
that's what I'm
in,
saying. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, but okay, but remember when I did the history thing on comics, we had our own.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
we had a lot of our own writers, artists, letterers, all that, colorists, in
Hmm.
our own books. None of them were part
Hmm.
of the big two at the time, but they existed. As far as being in the big two, there were a few at the start. I think starting, I believe, in around the 50s or 60s. But yeah, they, for whatever reason, you don't really hear about
What
them
we
too
did
much.
too back in the day is we got. I mean, I say pander to a little bit, but like Stan Lee did try to do a couple of things. Like, remember where they had the storyline with was it Superman? No, not Superman. What am I thinking about? That's DC. Um, what am I thinking about? Where they tried to bring in the storyline of them trying to get the KKK or something like that. It's like there was a
Oh,
couple of storylines
it was in
back
a
in the
Black
day.
Panther. That was in a Black
Was it
I
Panther. He
was
fought
it
remember.
against
black?
the Klan.
Was it black?
Yep.
Yeah,
I
and it was
remember
like
that.
different storylines that
Yes.
they tried to do stuff like that, but unfortunately, I mean, having a black character was not a prominent thing. It was still kind of sort of having the white savior type of mentality.
But
Yep.
you know what's funny, and I have to bring this up as well because I was watching the cartoon. I'm sorry, animated series that was Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes
Okay.
on Disney Plus,
That's actually
which
that's
actually
one of my favorite ones.
it actually is a pretty solid piece of entertainment. Except there's an episode where Ant-Man has his technology stolen. Hank Pym has his technology stolen, and he hires Power Man and Iron Fist to
To
retrieve it.
find
Right,
the thief. Yeah.
right. Do you remember this episode,
Heroes
Rod?
for hire.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And just just when you think that we've gotten past a certain point, they have Luke Cage on this show. Hey man, I told you, Hank Pym, you better give me my money. Where can I send the bill? But
You jive turkey.
it stopped just short of saying jive turkey. And
Right.
he still used that fucking catchphrase, sweet
Sweet
Christmas.
Christmas. I don't mind that too much. It's all that other shit before that.
No, no.
Oh my
But
gosh.
but it was
Because
Nicole, when I tell
no,
you,
listen, hold on, Uncle John. Mike Coulter said it in in the uh in the Luke
so
Cage
maybe
series
it's
on
the
Mm-mm-mm.
Netflix.
delivery. Because
I
Mike
think it's the
Coulter,
delivery.
if I remember it correctly, Mike Coulter was like sweet Christmas. Like just in
Right,
general, like, oh my God.
right.
But in the cartoon, we got Luke Cage, sweet Christmas.
Mm. Damn Dolomite
it
as
was
Yeah,
opposed to
man.
Luke
so
Cage,
it
huh?
was
Yeah.
so cringeworthy. I don't know who the director was for this episode, but whatever they told this actor, and I forget I don't know the actor's name who portrayed Luke Cage in the cartoon, but they all should have been slapped because Luke Cage came on. Luke Cage came on and was on the screen, and when he was talking like this, And you better not call me Power Man.
They
My
brought us
name
back
Luke
Right.
what
Cage. I'm like,
freaking
Jesus
50
Christ.
Yeah.
years.
They brought it. They
This
brought it back
this
to the '60s and
oh God.
'70s with that one. But
Okay.
Oh my
but
God.
overall, that series is really cool because they had they take all of the major storylines from the Avengers comics
Right.
from the past, like from the decades past, and weave them all
Hmm.
together into one
Yes.
cohesive storyline. And plus, the way they begin the series is almost like the beginning of the Bendis run on the New Avengers,
Yep.
because the New Avengers get
Yep.
together because of a breakout at one of the
Hmm.
Supermax prisons.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it was a stroke of genius in terms of getting it all together. And I think they pretty much had most of the major players in the Marvel universe at some point in that series.
Yes. Yes. And it's funny because they also got voices that were similar to the actors. Like the guy who portrays Iron Man, like literally almost sounds exactly like Robert Downey Jr. And so
Yeah.
they were tying it into the films, and it was like Rod said, it's a solid cartoon, except for that Luke Cage episode, man, where he
You know, I think
has
that's
to talk
Adrian
like this.
Pascar. I think
Well,
that's
hey
Oh
Adrian
my
man,
Pascar
gosh, I'm
who
dying.
does
oh,
that
who's doing the
voice.
Tony Stark thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we need to find out who did that Luke Cage voice, man, because he's real black and he talks like this. And I bet when he was in the voiceover booth, they had him. He had to even walk with a pimp. He had a pimp walk when he was walking up to the mic because he had to talk like this. It was so fucked up. I
Well,
and
a week,
then
well, a
that
root, well, all right. Give me
that
5 on the black
that
hand
one
side.
episode. I like
Wow.
right. It was like, okay, this entire series, which has been spectacular up to this point, now I damn near have to put it down to a B from a solid A because they
I
made
say B
Luke
plus.
Cage a they made Luke Cage a pimp. But it's break time, so isn't that great? You love that segue. So hey man, we'll be right
What
back
on
after
earth is
these
these people
messages
doing over
because we
here?
got to take this break right here. Sweet
All
Christmas.
right, jive turkey.
Let's get back to getting ticks instead of watching flicks. Before we can safely get out there, we need the facts on COVID-19 vaccines. Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision for yourself and for your crew.
Now, you can live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meats. It's out to be my most popular spice blend, made with onions, peppers, ground mushrooms, pink salt, and other spices. Texas Cowboy Dust also goes great with chicken, pork, vegetables, and adds a restaurant quality sheen to gravies and sauces.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, trying to get down.
Vanilla smoked sea salt seasoning is for seafood. The tarragon and fennel bring out the natural sweetness in seafood. I also use it in rice dishes, on yams, asparagus, blueberry pancakes, and believe it or not, chocolate chip cookies. Vanilla smoked sea salt adds a salty and savory component to sweet dishes that create a symphony for the tongue.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him?
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8. He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Sorry, I was grooving to our theme music. So anyway, back to Grumpy Old Nerds. So before we went to break, we were talking about the Avengers cartoon, which I would have given a solid A if not for that whack ass Luke Cage episode. Staying in the realm of animation, I would be remiss. I wanted to talk about the Teen Titans animation empire that is now seems to be happening. So back in 2003, I believe, Teen Titans
All right.
premiered on Cartoon Network. I'm saying a lot. Teen Titans premiered on Cartoon Network, and it was a little bit of what was going on in the Marv Wolfman George Perez run on the comic book, so Teen Titans, but they had toned it down for kids, and it was actually a
A
pretty
lot.
solid show. Yeah. It was actually a pretty solid show. Ran for 5 seasons, and then they stopped it. And in 2013, if I'm not mistaken, they decided to reinvent the Teen Titan franchise and give us Teen Titans Go, which, if you thought Teen Titans was for kids, Teen Titans Go is for children. There is no
That was
clear
awful.
Doubt.
narrative. They jump around and do whatever and
It
ridiculousness.
was awful.
And Teen Titans Go is still on the air and they still produce episodes. I wanted to get although they've already given it to us, I wanted to get the reactions of our esteemed panel about Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go and, the differences between the shows. Personally, I love Teen Titans, the first iteration of um, the Teen Titans cartoon empire. And now this other stuff is bullshit. It's stupid. But
Mm.
I have since learned that what drives animation is toys.
Yep.
And
Right.
Teen Titans Go sells toys. So
Right.
Hmm.
so what do we think? Are we digging Teen Titans Go? My vote is that they kill it and don't ever revive
No,
it.
because I watched it, um, and so on. And you're right. It is the toys, and I'm not trying to divert anything, but think about it. That's what they did to George Lucas, thinking Star Wars was going to be garbage. They turned around and
Mhm.
gave George Lucas the rights to any toys that was made, thinking, oh, well, he'll make a couple bucks. They didn't realize the giant Star Wars was going to become and help George Lucas on his way to being a billionaire. So yeah, when you
Mhm.
looking at this stupid Teen Titans Go stuff, I look at it and it's not watchable and enjoyable because that's the reason you have certain cartoons like Shrek and different things like that. It has to cater to at least somewhere in the middle for everybody. And Teen Titans Go is for basically children, little kids.
Babies.
So yeah, I'm not feeling it
Babies.
at all.
Fucking babies.
All right. I liked the first Teen Titans. Um, the artwork wasn't, super detailed or super serious looking or what have you, but
Hmm.
again, it was based on the Marv Wolfman George Perez run. So,
Hmm.
it was all right. I enjoyed it. Teen
Hmm.
Titans Go, pretty much like everybody else. We realized it wasn't really for us. They they made it specifically for kids. But however,
Hmm.
I do have to give some credit to one episode they did particularly, which dealt with racism, and I
Mm.
thought they did a really
Really?
good job of explaining, yeah, basic concepts of racism so that kids can understand it and identify it when they see it.
Hmm.
It
Let me
was
guess.
dealing.
Racism was the racism was towards Beast Boys being green.
It was actually Starfire and Cyborg. So
Really?
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm,
So that
whatever.
that episode was particularly well done. Um, now just to kind of dovetail on Nicole's point earlier in terms of marketing, that is the reason we had such a gap in between seasons of another show called Young Justice, which originally appeared on
Mm,
Cartoon Network. I
hmm
believe the licensing was lost by a company that created toys, and so once the toy revenue or the toy issue was in the air or not relevant, they stopped producing the show, and they made no
mm,
bones about it. People
hmm
got really really upset about it. Did writing campaigns and protested at Cartoon Network in Atlanta. They 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 were really pissed about it. So
Mm.
hmm
that kind of spurred the producers to kind of get back in the lab, and then they created the last couple of seasons. Now, what I would have liked to have seen was a Teen Titans show drawn and produced the way Young Justice was,
Yes.
because
Mm.
Yeah.
their animation was really really good.
It was. It was. I
So that's what I
I
would have liked to have
actually
seen.
I agree with that, Rod. If we'd have gotten the thing with the first Teen Titans show is that that was made specifically to appeal to a wider demographic. Like literally, they did that for us old heads who remember the Wolfman Perez run, and they did it also for um they did it all for the little kids as well. Whereas Teen Titans Go is literally for babies, like you said. So I I don't know who's singing to us in the
Is that
background.
Jason? Who's got
Yeah,
Jason
clearly we're
online?
being haunted. Clearly we're being haunted. But let me ask you this: have you all watched Titans at all, the live action?
No. Mm-mm.
I have absolutely.
You like it?
It took a while to get kind of going. The way it started was like really, I think they made a conscious effort to make it dark and gritty, quote unquote. And so you have this issue with Robin, and you see it really, really, really early in the show. You see that he has a
Hmm
huge problem with Batman for whatever reason, which is why he's
hmm
left. And I'm looking. Why am I only looking at myself right now? What's going on? All right. Well,
Because
anyway,
the rest of us are nowhere near as attractive, apparently. Go
There you go.
so in any event, um,
ahead.
it started out really really dark and gritty and kind of stayed that way. You get a little
Hmm
bit of angst between Robin and Dove, of
Right.
Hawk and Dove.
hmm
You see a little bit of um,
hmm
I guess an identity crisis, a little bit with Starfire. And one of the main things about this particular show was that people had a real problem with Starfire because of how
Yes.
she looked.
Yes.
And to me, I was like, okay, well, Starfire is an alien with orange skin. We can either do that, or
Or just
we
make her
can,
black.
or you have this amazing young actress do her thing and put orange skin on her. Whatever you whatever you want to do. I mean, it was really just quibbling, I think, in that point with that particular character. But people really, really had a
Hmm
problem with that. My problem was that Beast Boy only turned into one animal.
See, that's they lost me there. And hi, Uncle Percy. Good to see you. Um,
Hey, good people,
my
and welcome to the show.
Okay, I thought we was
I
here.
don't, we we're so off the rails right now. But uh, so my thing was I had a couple issues with the show. The first episode when Robin says "fuck Batman," so your entire character arc is encapsulated in him using a cuss word. Oh, we're edgy. Woo, look at us. Shut the fuck up. Cyborg wasn't a part of this team because Cyborg is an integral part of that Wolfman Perez run. Instead, they chose to put him on Doom Patrol for no fucking reason at all.
Yeah,
Um,
I was wondering about that myself.
I agree with you. What Warner Brothers and DC does is that they have these ideas for these TV shows, and clearly they don't want to put the money behind them because Beast Boy only turns into what, like a tiger or something? So he only turns into a tiger, and he's only green when he turns into the tiger. Then when he reverts back to his normal self, his skin is again pink. I'm sorry, pale, whatever you want to call it. So if you're gonna do the show right. Don't half-ass it. And then Starfire being black, okay, she's black. But why you gotta make her look like she on a stroll? She look like a straight up hooker with a little tiny fake fur coat and the skirt and the thigh high heels. Come on now, that I took offense to that as a black man. There are
All the
so
players
few
came from far and wide.
there are so few black women in this genre, and you make her look like she on a stroll. That's fucked up. And someone in corporate should have pulled their coattails
Full
of that.
disclosure though, Starfire's
What's up?
costume in the comics is not exactly business wear. I'll put it that way.
Mm,
So there's quite a bit of TNA. You're
player,
It's
absolutely
not
player.
right.
exactly
But
corporate ready.
she doesn't look like a hoe. She doesn't have that fur coat. What was the purpose of the fur coat? Why? She looks like she's on a stroll for real. Now
Okay,
there
I
are
can
a lot
understand.
of
I understand your beef with the fur coat.
come on,
I'm good with that.
come on. Okay,
But had they put Starfire in the comic accurate costume, you'd have had a larger problem.
Ain't that
I would
kind of
like to have
show?
seen it. I would like to have seen it. Actually, now they put her in a more comics accurate costume, and it covers up her body a lot more. If I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. Percy, do you watch Titans on HBO?
Not really. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
We got
Can
you.
you hear
Yep.
us?
All right, good.
Okay.
Good day, good people. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, your lovable Percy Harris. I know I'm a few hours late, but you know what? Shit happens.
A few hours late.
A few
Look at
hours
this,
late.
man. Lord have mercy.
Hey,
So, okay.
hey,
What's up?
hey! I found out who played the voice of Power Man Luke Cage. You would never guess.
Who?
Christopher B. Duncan
Rod said that.
Who's Christopher?
from the
Yeah, he
Jamie
did.
Foxx show.
From the Jamie Foxx
Oh, I'm
show.
sorry. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Oh, you know what? Now that you said it, I
Yeah.
hear it. Hey, man, you jive turkey. Sweet Christmas. Where's my money? Yeah,
You know, it's almost
I
like he
see
was
it
trying to be
now.
like Jim Kelly from Enter the Dragon.
Yes,
Oh, hell
yes.
yeah.
Hey, sucker, I'm about to karate chop you in your neck. You better step off,
No, he
you
said,
jive
Jim
turkey.
Kelly, and I quote, slums are the same everywhere. They all stink.
And
That's
on
bullshit,
that
Mr.
note,
Handman.
and on that note, let's go on to our next subject. The Last of Us. Now, last week in talking about this show, I was saying that it was slow as fuck, but I was going to give it 2 or 3 episodes because it was when you're dealing with, in particular, a sci-fi, fantasy, or horror genre. There's a whole lot of exposition. Ooh, look at my name on the screen. There's a whole lot of exposition that has to happen before you actually
Nice.
get to the meat of it. Right? I know, right? I feel kind of special. Look at Melody. Um, this episode. Now I'm asking um, I'm gonna ask the gamers in the group because I've never played the game. So they call the for lack of a better term, zombies. They call them clickers. Is that what's their name? Is that what they call them?
It's
Yeah,
just the
because
certain type of
yeah,
ones. They've got
right.
several different names for different types of the zombie, but the ones that make the sound is called clickers.
Okay. So here's my thing. What Anthony Cole is just black.
Was you eating some ham
And
sandwich
Nicole is
there?
just black. No. So here's why I'm finding this show infinitely more interesting than The Walking Dead. because, like you said, there are different types of monsters, for lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
And when we finally get to see it, that shit freaked me the fuck out. It was like just
There you go.
a fungi blooming on the top of this man's head, and it was
Yep.
nasty looking, and it was crazy. And they
Because it's
ran
also based upon
because
how long they've been zombies too.
well, and that's another thing. It's just like, okay, so and they all communicate with each other because the fungus is a hive mind, I guess it's going on.
Yes.
So you
Yes.
could be one place and then they all know what's coming. So
If one of them
already
sees you,
the
yep.
danger, yeah, already the danger in this is infinitely more interesting than The Walking Dead. I'll give them that.
Yes.
Um,
Because you can walk
I'm
around those zombies, some of them in Walking Dead. These ones, yeah. Try it if you
yeah,
want to.
you can't, right. So
You'll be
and then
restarting the game.
the zombie. I guess the clicker or
Yo,
whatever it's
man, the
called.
game is crazy.
Kiss. I guess
Hmm.
the woman's name is Tess. That was with Pedro Pascal and the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And when she revealed that she had been bitten, and when she got caught up and the thing kissed her, and the fungus reached from his mouth into hers, I was like, oh
Mm.
shit. Okay, so this is crazy. So in The Walking Dead, it eventually became repetitive, like how many ways that they could actually catch somebody and turn them because it was just stupid. Like when T Dog died, he just turned around and the thing
Yeah,
was there and bit him. Like, what the fuck are you
bit
doing?
him.
But with this,
Mm-hmm.
it seems so much more dangerous and so much more. It looks bad for the human race. So I will
Mm-hmm.
say, episode 2 was a lot more interesting, caught my attention, and I am
Yeah.
actually looking forward to episode 3. So, I
It
mean,
was actually
the
one of
when
the
you
top selling video games.
of all time, yeah. So
Yeah, yeah,
here's
one
my
of them.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my question with the game, like how does it progress? I know Pedro Pascal and the little girl. I wish I knew these characters names. I should, right?
It's actually
The
story driven. It's just like the show. It's story driven. You basically once you get into like a certain situation, then you control, your characters, because throughout the game you end up being different characters. So you're not the same character all the way through.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. So yeah, this looks real fucking bleak, and the stakes are high, and I'm kind of
Yep.
vested now. I'm looking at it like, okay,
Did they
this
I
shit might
haven't
actually
seen the
sound
show
pretty
yet, but
solid.
did they get to the premise yet?
So what we know is that the fungus spread through some wheat factory in Jakar, I want to say, if that's even a real place, and
Well, you know
it
what's
Jakarta.
funny
spread.
about that? Because in
Jakarta,
wheat,
thank you.
ergot poisoning and wheat can make you crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've read that this is something that's actually based on fact, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
the premise is just stretches that fact a little bit beyond what truly could happen. But like this is so Joel and I want to say L, but that's probably the wrong name. Anyway, the guy and the little girl, they have blown
Yeah.
up some building. They've blown up a bunch of zombies, and now there truly is just the two of them on their journey. So that's where the story is right
But did they explain why they're on their journey?
now. Yeah, they did. Because she hasn't been infected, and she could
Right.
possibly hold the
Okay. I
cure.
just wanted to. I wasn't certain where they were in the story, and so because I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, well, oh, by the way, we spoil shit on this show. So if you didn't know that, sorry. Um, but yeah, in the first episode, they danced around it. And then at the very end of the episode, they were like, oh, no, she's infected. She said, wait, no, I'm still okay. And then this episode, they
Yeah.
went
Except you're
into
not.
the fact that, right.
I know, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait, shit, she's not? Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, well, something to look forward
No, she
to.
you'll see. You'll see.
Clearly, I will. Now I have something to look forward to. Well, thank you. But I'm just excited about the fact that I can watch a TV show in this genre and not know where the story is going because I haven't played the
Right.
game.
Hmm.
Excuse me. So all this comic book shit, I know exactly what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. So
There you go.
anyway, Time for another break. So let's take a break real quick, and we shall return shortly with more Grumpy Old Nerds.
Break time.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
It's been difficult because I hadn't been able to see my grandchildren.
An expression on someone's face when you do something nice for them.
I miss all my friends in school.
Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision about COVID-19 vaccine.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
That spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on? Sure, it's wireless. Pick something we all like. Okay, hold on. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password? Buick Envision 2021. Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable. That's a really tight spot. Don't worry, I used to hate parallel parking. Me too. Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you, all of you.
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge, featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. That's www.slowburnwaco.com.
Some carriers will give you just one measly entertainment subscription. One is no fun. With Verizon, there's up to 7 entertainment subscriptions with your unlimited plan. That's 7 times the... 7 times the... No. 7 times the... Music, gaming, Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus, and more. That's 7 times the entertainment! Because everyone deserves better. And with plans starting at just $35, better costs less than you think.
We are back across your TV screens or computer screens or phone screens or whatever screen that you choose to watch us on. Once again, we are Grumpy Old Nerds. I am Uncle John. This is Uncle Rod and Uncle Percy, and behind the scenes, Grandmaster Melly Mel. So, coming up next, and the reason I call her Grandmaster Melly Mel is because she has been on point with the production. And next, we'd like to look at the Invincible Season 2 teaser trailer, which isn't really kind of a teaser trailer, but a teaser of some kind. But anyway, Invincible 2, Season 2, teaser-ish, right? Invincible Season 2. Let's check that out, Melly Mel, if you have it available. And there it is.
Pretty good. Look at that. Not bad, Mark. You're not just invincible, you're also like Earth's best food cooking man. Pretty impressive.
What? Oh, no, I just worked here. I don't actually make the food.
Next time also, constructive criticism, do not put these green things in here. These are gross.
Yeah, hey, so, did you ever find Urath?
Yeah, of course I found it. Very, very quickly, very easily. Yellow skies, purple grass, and get this, they have burgers there too, just like these. Who would have guessed, huh?
You never found it, right?
No. Nope, not even close. I hope they're okay. I think about them quite a bit, honestly. But, how about you? What have you been up to? It's been a while. I think everyone agrees it's been, like, a little ridiculous how long it's been.
Hey, I've been busy.
Doing what?
Well, I've been busy writing, designing, storyboarding, voice acting, key posing, in-betweening, cleaning up, color slapping, comping the whole thing and all that for, roughly thousands of shots, so it's kind of a lot.
Sure, yeah. Although like 90% of that, if I'm being honest, sounds completely made up. But the real question is, when are you going back out there? The world needs more Invincible.
Oh, it's coming, okay? Hey!
Yeah, I know, but like a specific date would be nice.
Oh, okay, fine. The world will get more Invincible in late 2023.
All right, okay, I'll take it. Late 2023. Perfect, sure. So 2023, is that like one of your years? You know, our planets, they all have different systems of keeping track of time. Like, they go around their stars at different speeds, but the way you said that number makes it sound soon. Is it soon? I really want it to be soon.
Wasn't that cute? That was cute.
So maybe around November?
Shit, the way they said it'd probably be fucking December, man. But the one thing about animation is that when it's good and I guess they don't anticipate it being good, they just throw out that one season. It's like, oh, okay, they want more. So
well, I mean,
now
it's designed
be
to
like,
be only one. Yeah, it's designed to go for one season, and then if people like it, they
yeah,
kind of get right back to work because it takes so long to make it.
Right. But it, like you said, it takes so long to make it. Like they said in this particular thing, there's the storyboarding, there's the voice acting, there's the color slapping or whatever they said. But it takes so long to produce. So at least now that they know it's popular, between seasons 2 and 3, there'll probably be a little less time. They had the same issue with Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty was pretty solid, but then it took off unlike what they thought. So then they had to rush and make more episodes. And now they're doing the seasons back to back so that there's not such a long gap in between. So, yeah.
It's nice work if you can find it.
I mean, man, I think we all agree if we could just get Grumpy Old Nerds in the animated form, that would be spectacular. That's where the money is. We need to be cartoons. That's what needs to happen.
Is that what needs to happen? Voicing ourselves. Or can I get Christopher B. Duncan?
Hey, man. Hey, you jive turkey. Give me 5 on the black hand side. Sweet Christmas. Oh, God. It was so bad. It was so bad. But
look, if I had to get anybody,
go ahead.
If I had to get any voice actor to do me,
okay,
I think I would want Keith David.
Yeah, I see that. Okay, so if you've got Keith David, I get Phil Lamar.
All right, cool. Because he was my next choice.
So, right. So, Percy, who do you get? Percy gets Christopher B. Duncan.
No, I'll take Steph MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane? The whitest of white men?
Yep.
Why?
I don't know. I got nothing else better to do.
Okay, all right. So it'd be 2 really black voices and 1 white voice. Hello and welcome to Grumpy Old Nerds. Hi, this is Percy Harris. Uncle Percy. Yeah, that wouldn't work out. Speaking of animation, for all you Rick and Morty fans out there, Justin Roiland, who was the co-creator of Rick and Morty, which is quite possibly one of the best animated series out there, Justin Roiland has been fired not only from Adult Swim and Rick and Morty, but from his two other shows that he produces, Solar
Solar Opposites.
Opposites, yeah,
Solar
and
Opposites.
Koala
Yep.
Man. And Koala Man. Yeah, he's been let go by Adult Swim and Hulu. He is
Why?
caught up in a legal battle for domestic violence, and he has not been found guilty yet, but they have fired him anyway. So my question to my two friends here: is it fair to fire this man from these shows strictly because of the accusation? And there's been no judgment brought down yet.
Unfortunately, a lot of people like to play these things out in a court of public opinion, and once the story gets out, he's automatically guilty until proven innocent, rather than the other way around, the way this country is supposed to go. So, is it right? No. But does it happen? Yes, it happens quite often. It happens more often than it really should. You want people to, be able to keep their jobs and earn money and make a living while this is going on. And, at least to me, while the process lays itself out, you see what happens. And if he is indeed found guilty, then I could kind of understand that. You have to do what you have to do. But I don't agree with punishing someone before everything has been made evident, or a decision has actually been made, because he can't recoup that money. He can't recoup. He can't recoup. Well, he's not saying
Yeah.
he can't, but it will be really hard for him to recoup all of the damage that has been done to his reputation, if for whatever reason he's now found to be innocent of these charges. And that's the real slippery slope about it. That's the real danger part about it.
The problem for me, I guess, is that first of all, domestic violence towards anybody is wrong, and we all know it's wrong, but because of the accusations levied against him, like you said, the court of public opinion, he's already guilty. And to be honest, I've heard no public outcry about this man or anything. All I know is that he was accused. The case hasn't even gone to court, and he's been fired from 3 different jobs, from 3 different TV shows that he created. So the stuff that he's made, and with I don't know about Solar Opposites or Koala Man, but I know for a fact, not only does he take credit as a creator of Rick and Morty, not only does he write for the show, but he voices most of the characters. He's Rick and Morty. You know what I'm saying? He's literally the 2 characters that are in the title of the show. So I don't think it's fair. I just it boggles my mind where we're going as a society now, where someone can yell fire and a bunch of people run up with water buckets and it's a flame on a match. You know what I'm saying? It's just like nothing has been proven. Nothing has even been put out there yet. It's just the accusation, fire him. Accusation, fire him. And like you said, Rod, that's not what this country is supposed to be. It's innocent until proven guilty. And right now we're under the assumption that he's guilty until proven innocent. So I just don't think that's fair. And you all are fucking up a really good show. Also,
P.S. You're messing up my show.
Right. Speaking of animation, so there's this show on HBOMax called Velma, which is animated. Was that a was that a shout of joy, Uncle Percy, or have you watched Velma?
Nope. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just wondering if Velma is problematic for a host of reasons. But the one issue I have is that the humor isn't necessarily funny. And they took a character from the Scooby-Doo canon and they're just throwing it out there with this whole mystery, and it's billed as the origin of a Mystery Inc. And I'm not vested. I'll be honest, I watched it because of all the bad press. I was like, damn, this show can't be that bad, is it? And I find myself being indifferent. Velma is Indian and bisexual. Daphne is Asian and questions her sexuality. Fred is a spoiled white boy, and Shaggy's black. It's just like they went out and said, okay, what different race can we make everybody so this show hits every demographic, every sexual demographic, every gender, every racial demographic. What can we do? So I don't know. Has anybody else watched this show?
I watched some of it, some of the first
Okay.
episode, and I don't know if Mindy Kaling, the executive producer, I don't know
Mhm.
if she is doing this as like she's doing this straight, like this is really what she wants to do, or is this like some sort of gigantic troll job she's doing? Because just like you mentioned, all of the hot button topics going on right now in media. We talk about representation, and not just representation of different races or ethnicities, but also LGBTQ plus community representation. All of the different political things that are going on right now. This new twist and wanted to bring back nostalgia. This whole nostalgia thing. You want to bring back old classics, so you bring back the old classic of Scooby Doo, but you change it around
Mhm.
to like it's almost like you said, it's like how many different segments of our population can we include in this show. um
Mhm.
so I don't know if she was doing that because she really felt like that's what she wanted to do, or she's doing it as like a troll to say, okay, we're putting all this stuff in the show so no one can say anything bad about it, but yet everybody's saying everything bad about it.
Saying something
And
bad about it, yeah.
it's kind of sad though, because I think she had a good idea to begin with, but I don't know what happened. Somewhere in
Mhm.
between the beginning and the end, like some stuff seemed to kind of go sideways with it.
I mean, okay, so number one, it's missing Scooby Doo. That's the main character. How the fuck you gonna have a show about the origins of Mystery Inc. and not have Scooby Doo in it?
When the name of the
One of
show
the
was Scooby Doo, Where Are You?
Scooby Doo. Yeah,
So
right,
that's what
right,
we're
right,
asking
right.
right now. Scooby Doo,
Right.
where the hell are you?
Where are you? And I get
And
another
why is
one of the
Shaggy
hooks
being referred
is
to by his real name?
well, one of the hooks is that Shaggy does not like drugs. Shaggy is just saying no. So I guess we're supposed to hang on and keep watching this until Shaggy finally gets turned out and becomes a crackhead or something. You know, it becomes it. I guess my issue is I don't really see it as being problematic. I see it as being harmless and stupid, and it's not exciting enough to hold my attention. And it's not. It doesn't deserve it doesn't deserve the bad press because you've got the people who don't like Mindy Kaling as it is, and again, it's Mindy Kaling, so it's an Asian girl who's going to fall for the white dude because that's Mindy Kaling. That's what she likes, and writers write what they know. Mindy Kaling likes the white man. God bless you in your ministry. Go ahead, Mindy Kaling, get you some of that white ding-a-ling. But
Listen, pause. Hold on. So listen. All of that aside, one thing that I did notice that I kind of didn't like about the show was
Mhm.
it seemed like I kind of talked about this in one other show, but it seemed like all the dudes in the show are like inept.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
you don't have like in order to prop up one side, you don't have
Bring
to
down the other.
denigrate or downgrade the other. You know what I
No,
mean? It's like
absolutely.
Fred in the original show was that dude.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Fred was cool as hell.
Hmm.
And it wasn't like, he wasn't an idiot, he wasn't dumb, he was just kind of cool. He'd help solve the mysteries as well. You know?
Right, exactly,
Daphne would help out a
exactly.
little bit. Shaggy and Scooby would just kind of bungle into things, but they were effective.
So
some
yeah,
kind of way. But it seems like in this,
and
like Velma's like the only one who has like any kind of sense so far
and
from what I've seen. So I'm gonna continue
right,
looking and see how it goes. I'll give
really.
it. I'll
So
give it a couple more episodes and see how it goes.
it's like a car accident. You're gonna slow down, watch it with a passing fancy, and then keep moving. Yeah, because that's what it is. It's a car wreck, and it's Daphne has two moms, and Shaggy. Have we seen Shaggy's parents yet? I'm not sure, but it just becomes like, okay, you literally on some index cards wrote down every demographic there is: teenage males, teenage girls, bisexual teenage girls, bisexual teenage boys,
So you're saying the show
lesbians.
should have come with a bingo card
I mean, like,
and
man.
see which ones see which ones throughout the show you can mark off. I found
I
that.
mean,
I
th-
found
there's
that.
there's there there's such a thing
Bingo,
as
motherfucker.
inclusion. There's there's such a thing as inclusion, and there's such a thing as pandering. And she's pandering right now. This is complete and total pandering. And right now, we're going to pander to our sponsors as we go to another break. Stick around. Grumpy Old Nerds will be right back.
Panda
Damn, how many breaks do we get?
A lot.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
For my people that don't get to see me, trying to remind you who you are, just like in Romans 3. See, we about to blow across the world just like a day that's breezy. This motivation for the people and this classic Bible teaching say, make this for my people that don't get to see me, trying to remind you who you are, just like in Romans 3. See, we about to blow across the world just like a day that's breezy. This motivation for the people and this classic Bible teaching, hey, 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 motivation.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This is Always Ultra Thins reinvented with the Always Triple Protection System. This pad wicks gushes 90% faster, absorbs even more so you can feel dry, and locks odors in. Rethink your pad for up to 100% leak-free and odor-free comfort with the totally reinvented Always Ultra Thins. This is always like never before.
Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique to spice up your closet with trendy, unique looks. We have fashionable and chic looks at very affordable prices. Velvet Boutique offers free shipping all year long on all orders. Shop online at www.melvetboutique.com. That's www.melvetboutique.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique.
Maureen is saving big holiday shopping at Amazon. So now she's free to become Maureen the Merrier. Food is her love language, and she really loves her grandson. Like, really loves.
This is Carlos Brown, letting you know that we're on the move. You can now catch the Carlos Brown Show beginning this July on the Black College Sports Network each and every Saturday from 11 to 1 Eastern Time. That's 10 to 12 Central Time. Same time, new place. On Facebook at the Carlos Brown Show and Black College Sports Network. Online at www.mybcsn.net and on the BCSN app available on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
And we are back. Once again, the Grumpy Old Nerds here, all in your ear holes. I don't know where I was going with that. I apologize. I don't know. I apologize. Coming up
Got the
now.
disclaimer ready?
Yeah, let's throw up that disclaimer. Which DC character would you want to get a feature film next? And you cannot say Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, or Flash.
Or Cyborg?
You can say Cyborg if you want to.
So what are we doing? Reverse discrimination?
Yes.
Cyborg was in the Justice League film too.
Yes. But he got no kind of shine, and Joss Whedon is a jackass for not using him properly and saying Ray Fisher's a bad actor. But anyway, I digress. What DC character would you want to get a feature film next?
I got three.
But let me also throw this disclaimer. You cannot use a milestone character either.
Okay.
And that's Icon, Static, Hardware, Rocket. That's all I know right now. Percy, you go first. Give me one.
Okay, I would say Darkseid.
So you would go the complete opposite route and give Darkseid his own film.
Yep.
So what would your take on that subject be?
So basically how he got started and everything, and then how I guess it'd be a backwards Xanos type of scenario with him.
Okay.
And then and then in the next movie, it would lead up to the Justice League.
Okay. So you take the villain's point of view and have him build his army, amass, he's got this world apocalypse, and he's got
all his characters, motherboard and all of them. Yeah.
You know what? That's actually, come on, Percy. That's actually not a bad idea. I like that. Okay. Rod, who you got?
I got another one too. I got another one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, P. You got it.
Amanda Waller.
Yes. I think, first of all, she'd have to be short and fat. Because Amanda Waller is short.
That's Octavia.
Octavia Spencer. Yes.
Octavia Spencer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So what's your take on it, on Amanda Waller?
Same thing. Just a reverse of starting out with the superheroes. We get the true background of how she got started. So we know that she in the storyline, she lost her husband. She went batshit crazy. Got with developed the new organization, all that stuff. But just take it to another level. And as time goes by, you find out really. You even bring back your old what's that nigga's name? I forgot his name that quick. What's the show that came on HBO?
Peacemaker?
Yeah, Peacemaker. Bring that motherfucker back.
Oh, okay. So kind of a backdoor into Peacemaker. Pause.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I like that. Come on, Percy. You got any more?
Oh, I say bring back the Green Lantern, but they screwed that one up. But that's gonna be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah. That would be stupid. Yeah. All right. Rod, what you got?
All right. I have two. I have two. I think decent ideas actually. One of them would be for. Interestingly enough, Percy brought up the Kirby's Third Earth. Um, Also, my one of mine was Mister Miracle, where
Hmm.
you have his origins as being raised on Apocalypse, and have him
Right.
meeting. You can have him meeting Barda, and gaining the abilities he has, and getting a mother box and all that, and possibly involving Earth at some point. He comes to Earth and starts his thing as being the world's greatest escape artist. And you can have some cameos here and there from other people in the DC universe.
Okay.
That's one of them.
Nice. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, one of the other ones I was thinking would actually, I know they kind of did it before, and so it's kind maybe it's kind of like cheating, but I like to see a Constantine movie.
They're making another one
I
with
know,
Keanu
with
Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. I know,
Yeah.
but I'm thinking, I'm thinking Constantine with what's his name,
Oh, the
man, I
guy who
forgot
plays
his
him on
last name,
TV.
but the guy who plays him on TV. Yep, I would
Nice.
like to see one with him, and actually, I would like to see him, and I would want cameos by um the demon Etrigan and
Right.
Zatanna. I think that would be
Hmm.
cool.
So far, the two of you have come up with stuff more interesting than anything that DC has given us ever. So, I mean, shit. I think we should be running DC right now. For me, I want to see Vixen get a hour and a half movie. We've proven that you can go back to the motherland with Black Panther and get you a good story. I want Vixen's origin story. I'm not even really clear on what Vixen's origin story is. I just know that we need more black women superheroes just because. Um, I think that the fact that that totem that she wears gives her the power of any animal on the planet. I think that's interesting. You've got someone who with a versatile power set, and I don't know who any of her villains would be. You'd probably have to borrow a villain from
That
somewhere
that
else,
would
but
be yeah, that would be the issue. Either make up a
yeah,
new one, which is not that bad of an idea, or you'd have to borrow from somebody else's rogues gallery. The first
yeah,
choice would be
yeah.
Cheetah.
Yeah, I was thinking the same
Oh, of
thing.
course, yeah, yeah, yeah. Cheetah would be good, and then that way you could have a cameo by Wonder Woman.
If that's what
So,
you want, yeah.
uh, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, Gal Gadot is a skinny white woman, but she does it for me. So, next,
I think she does a good job as Diana, even though
yes,
physically
that's
she doesn't
exactly what
look
I
like
mean.
Diana from the comics. I think she does a good job.
That's that's exactly what I mean. She does it for me, uh, for the role. Yes, that's how she does it for me in the role of Wonder Woman. Okay. Next, I want to see a John Stewart Green Lantern film. I got to get me a John Stewart Green Lantern film, just because he's ex-military. He's now in the Corps, in the Green Lantern Corps. I just think that character would be fascinating. And it kills me that Dwayne McDuffie isn't alive to write it, but I think that would be pretty cool. And you could introduce the Green Lantern Corps. At one point, there was supposed to be like a buddy cop type film with John Stewart and who's the Green Lantern idiot? It's not Kyle Rayner. It's not Hal Jordan. Which Green Lantern am I
Guy
talking about?
Gardner.
Thank you. It was supposed to be a buddy cop thing between him and Guy Gardner at one point, but I just think that would be fascinating to have John because you have an entire generation of people who only know John Stewart is Green Lantern.
Correct.
So
I
think
don't
that
even
would
know
be
about
cool.
Hal Jordan. Definitely don't know about Alan Scott. So I was gonna say, actually, that might be a way that you could probably give brief cameos to some of those other guys, so you can kind of bring it full circle, get everybody in on it.
Absolutely. I find it hilarious that when the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie came out, people were like, "That ain't Green Lantern. They just whitewashed him." Like, no, y'all, that literally is Green Lantern. Hal Jordan was not the first, but he's the most popular one, and then John Stewart is next.
Right.
So, all right, and finally for tonight, let's give it up. All of the flowers go to Angela Bassett for receiving an Oscar nomination for Wakanda Forever, the first Oscar-nominated in the acting category, Oscar-nominated superhero film. Congratulations, Miss Angela Bassett. When she gave that speech about her whole family was dead and she was, she wasn't taking it no more, I thought that was brilliant acting for me. Now, some of my friends believe that Angela Bassett plays the same role with every character that she portrays. And if you think back about it, she kind of does.
I thought about that.
Yeah.
I did think about
does.
that, actually.
Okay, so Percy, give me 2 roles where she was acting differently.
The police cop on 9/11.
Okay.
She's a sergeant, and
Right.
she played Amanda Waller in Green Lantern.
But aren't those characters kind of similar?
Nope.
So what's the difference? One was loud and black, the other was loud and black?
No, she wasn't loud and black. She wasn't loud and black in Green Lantern.
Yes, she was. Amanda Waller is abrasive.
Right, but but in that she wasn't abrasive.
Oh,
she wasn't abrasive in that movie.
Well, I mean, whether she's Tina Turner or Mrs. Joe Jackson, or she's always mad at somebody and screaming. And
I wasn't about to say, wait until I exhale and none of that shit, but
Well, I mean, she did set somebody's car on fire.
Yeah.
And she was mad. Yeah, so okay, if you say so, Percy, we'll go with that. And with that, we come to the end of today's show. Thank you all so very much for watching. Uncle Percy, you got anything for us on the way out the door?
I was just sitting here thinking, like, who could play Guy Gardner? I just said, there's only one person I can think of, and that's John Cena. But anyway, nope, I got nothing else.
John Cena would be a perfect Guy Gardner, wouldn't
he? Yeah, he would actually.
He would. He would.
He would. Yeah.
No CDC news, Percy. No new strain of something that we should be worried about fungus at all.
Oh, I'm retired. I don't think about that shit no more.
Okay. Point taken. That I mean, you can't beat that with a big stick. Congratulations. I won't be able to retire until I'm 80, but good for you. Rod, anything on the way out the door?
Tell the people that you love them. Like I say, keep doing your job well, because haters need work. There's nothing worse in the world than an unemployed hater. So first, love the people who love you. Tell them you love them. Then next, keep the haters employed.
That's what I'm talking about. Boy, Rod be dropping dimes. Y'all ain't paying attention. Melly Mel, anything that you want to say to us before we get out of here? Anything coming up on the network that we should know about? And just good night. Okay.
She said good night. That's what everybody needs to know.
That's right. That's right. So for Uncle Percy and Uncle Rod, also the absent Auntie Nicole and Uncle DJ, this is Uncle John. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate you, all 2 of you who have been checking us out. Tell your friends, tell your family, hey, check out Grumpy Old Nerd. The content is ridiculously funny, and they're vulgar as well. So, for the JBN Network, We sign off. Talk to you next week. Night night.